Hey guys, it's Scrimgeour here. Second wife, stepmom of 3, and mom of 1. And you know what? I've been a stepmom for almost 5 years now. I've said this before, but the things that people say to me when I tell them that I'm a stepmom continue to blow my mind. There's still this stigma and evil stepmom stereotype that is still really associated with the word stepmom. Today, because I'm feeling a little frisky, I thought I would share 5 things that I really wish that people would stop saying to stepmoms. All right, so let's just get right into it here, okay? So when you are at hockey or at a sporting event or something, you typically introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm little Johnny's mom, or hey, I'm little Johnny's stepmom. Here's the thing, when you introduce yourself as someone's mom, no one bats an eye. They typically respond and say something like, oh my gosh, he's such a cutie. What other sports is he playing? What are you guys up to this weekend? However, when you introduce yourself as someone's stepmom, the response is a little different. Typically, it's along the lines of, oh, you're a stepmom. How is that? How am I supposed to answer that question? I have 2 issues with this response. Number 1, it's based on this underlying assumption that when it comes to step families, there's negativity and drama, which isn't always the case. Number 2, sometimes it is the case. Sometimes there's a lot of crazy going on. Sometimes there is some drama. And depending on the step family dynamic, this can be a really complicated question for a stepmom to answer, especially when you just met. Number 2, people ask, so do you like your stepkids? Do you ever ask a mom if she likes her kids? No, you don't. First of all, I don't know about you, but step or not, I don't like all my kids all the time. I always love them, but I don't always like them, particularly when they're in the midst of a major meltdown. That has nothing to do with our step-family dynamic and everything to do with the fact that sometimes parenting is just hard. I personally have some pretty stand-up stepchildren. I definitely lucked out in that department. However, I do know that there are many stepmoms who have major issues with their stepchildren. So how are they supposed to answer that question without aligning themselves with the evil stepmom stereotype? Number 3, well, you knew what you were signing up for when you decided to marry a man with kids. Look, I did a whole video on this and I'm gonna link it below or above or wherever the caption is in this video. But for now, let me just say this. Did you know what it was really like to be a parent before you actually became a parent? No, because in all areas of parenthood, motherhood, stepmotherhood, fatherhood, stepfatherhood, no one knows what it really feels like to be a parent until they're already signed up. Number 4, so do you get along with your husband's ex-wife? Again, a very complicated question. And again, you just met. If you have a great relationship with your husband's ex-wife, it's no big deal. You just answer it and say that everything's great, because it is. However, if that's not the case, how is one supposed to answer this question without airing their dirty laundry or straight up lying? It's kind of like you're being baited into a vent session and again, aligning yourself with that evil stepmom stereotype that we're trying so hard to debunk. Can we not just have a conversation about kids' sports or extracurricular activities or our husbands or even talk about last week's episode of The Bachelor? Why do you have to go there when you hear that someone's a stepmom? Number 5, are you just waiting for your stepkids to say, I don't have to listen to you because you're not my mom? I don't know. I'm sure it will happen. And if you're a stepmom and it hasn't happened to you, A, you're either really lucky, or B, it's probably gonna happen to you at some point in time. But are we forgetting the fact that kids don't always listen to their parents either? All right, the point of this video, guys, is that us stepmoms, we're just women who fell in love with a man with kids. And now here we are doing our very best to support him in raising these kids up into kind, successful, empathetic adults. There's not always drama, there's not always negativity, and even though sometimes there is, there's also a whole lot of love. So how about we just focus on that? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video if we're on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to like my page. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.